Yeah, really good to have Tyler Barton back in the house. We've missed him for the last couple of rounds, and really cool to have him here from Ash Media, shooting all of their stuff live, so be sure to jump on Ash Media, jump across their Facebook pages and check out everything Tyler Barton's running for them tonight. Really good to have him working alongside us.
We going live tonight? No.
Recording.
Fair enough.
Jump online and grab all of the action, past all the past race meetings they've recorded. Tyler does a lot of Ks throughout this country, as well as Jared Ash and everyone up there in Queensland.
Now remember we had Leanne Shanks. It was a Cowan-Shanks combination last time out, so I'm not sure whether it's Shanksy out in front of me.
Just squeezing the fence.
Yeah, just got to love this. It's a spirited demonstration, Liam, is what we're supposed to refer to this. But yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
No.
Look at the big 8 car. Have a look at the thing. It's got all the handling properties of your average aircraft carrier. Yet look at the speed it's carrying off turn number 2.
It would be 5 ton.
Oh, and all of that, probably just in the first half of the car.
Yeah. And the pizza cutters on the back of the Shanks machine, just kicking the clay up there.
That's the best run we've seen from Shanks since the last time we were here. Look at this. Nice little battle between the 80 car and the 61 respectively. Barry Schmidt
in the Jag. He's in field.
Oh no.
Not the Jag.
Wow. Imagine what that would cost to service. There's the big Charger. The Charger spares. Number 300. Oh, the 66! Oh. It just went around and nearly tagged the Charger.
That was a 7.5 ton spin, that was.
Track is still green, the officials say. Stay green, stay green.
Did well to even be able to lose traction with that much weight, I think.
Listen to the 77, the Rumble. The Emanueli's a great family that really love this class and they love their hot rods. The 61 just reminds me a lot of that era. I'm going to say in the 80s, particularly around Murray Bridge, the Masons and the Wrights and families like that in South Australia. Of course, there's a proud history here as well. Peter O'Rourke as well as a guy that's got a real love affair and an affinity with this class. This is still Shanksy's just about gone. And we'll just hand the lead, if this was a race of course, hand the lead. Did I say that? The Viewpoint Cafe entry. Track has got plenty of moisture in it, which is what we want to see, particularly on these warmer conditions. And that's one thing I've been really impressed with.
Yeah, just how well the moisture holds in the racetrack. One of the toughest weather conditions I think you could have in the country. Yeah, perhaps apart from places like the Northern Territory with the sun just beating down.
3 wide, no problems. No problem.
Good demonstration.
Yeah.
Good demonstration.
This, of course, helps to run in the racetrack as well. A variety of different tyre sizes helps as well, Liam.
Yeah.
You got the big bricks on the hot rods, and then, as you said, the pizza cutters on the Emanuele car. Listen to the Charger. Bryce is getting the checkered flag ready, saying, whom is it going to come out on?
Yeah, take your pick.
Yeah. Oh, sideways off 4, look out! Oh, the SDA car, Shanks has covered most of the racetrack in some form or another.
It's a very narrow rear end.
It's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Liam.
Thank you.
8 car of Ian Renwick. You got Brent Emanuele in the 13, Johnny McIntosh in the 24, Norm Thorne. That's a great Aussie race car name, isn't it? Norm Thorne. Old Thorny. Checkered flag comes out from Pricey as we wrap things up for your first event of the evening. Don't forget, we're back here on the 27th of February, the return of the mainline Dynalog Dynamometers Australian Sprint Car All-Star Series. And of course, the good news is the All-Stars will be back for their series finale on the Easter weekend. If you're going anywhere for Easter, cancel it, because it is a monstrous weekend here in Mildura. You can just about do anything motorsport related on that weekend. The drags, got the Mildura ski racing side of things as well. There's usually an arena cross. We occupy Friday and Sunday night, and the good news is on the Saturday night this year, we're going to be all headed to the Ready Pub for a bit of a methanol moonshine night, a bit of presentation and some cars on display and a whole...
It's on the front row for Vintage Hot Rods, Event 4. Leanne Shanks out there. Jack Emanuele having his go in the vintage hot rod tonight as well. And his dad, Ed. They run the M77. The big white beast. John McIntosh, Ian Neal, Mark Cowan, Leanne Shanks, the 77. Brendan Emanuele. Of course, the 61 of Ian Neal, the powerhouse around this racetrack. Really got that car sorted out. Really cool to watch this old category getting around still. So much work goes into making these things keep ticking.
And there's a lot more cars in sheds as well. So, you know, these guys are hopefully going to be joined by more and more cars throughout the course of the season. And you're right, Liam, they all require maintenance. Oh, look at this. 4 different grooves down into turn 1 and 2. And there's such a contrast in body shapes and in eras, in experiences. I mean, the 77 car, how good, mate. Have a listen to it.
The tractor.
I know, that's exactly what I was thinking. Nothing runs like a deer with it, you know what? Yeah. Look at this 61 car, right up on the wall. And the rocket, it just sounds mint. I love it. Ian Renwick in the 8, Brent Emanuele in the 13, Johnny McIntosh in the 24, Normie Thorne in the 31. Now, so sure that might be Shanks in the 77, and it might have been Cowan in the first one. We don't actually get any information to tell us who is the co-driver and who is...
Yeah, we need a little green light on the dash. That'd be good.
Just thinking that, exactly like...
I can't see the driver swap being as efficient in one of these as it might be in a V8 Supercar. A bit of a tank slapper from the V8. You have Ian Renwick. It is hard to get over the 56 rather, of Peter Hall. I think one of the nicest looking cars in the field by far. Really gorgeous looking thing. And yeah, big halo in the roll cage of that golden cage. Really cool little setup on that little hot rod. The Animal 300 Charger. Checkered flag out next time by with Pricey at the helm of the sticks. That car is getting told to run to the infield now. It's the 31. Of Norm Thorne getting directed down infield. That's the Mildura 31. Pretty well-known car around this racetrack. Things are heating up, coming out of, well, 3 and 4, usually. Ian Neal, the Viewpoint Cafe Wakery. I guess we're going to call it a win in the demonstration for Vintage Hot Rods. Heat 2 was 8 laps. Event 4 in your program. Good to see these guys back out on the racetrack again. So much work goes in behind the scenes to keep these things running. Just as much work would go into these as any sprint car today, without the ease of parts availability and everything going together. Simply a lot of work goes into these cars, getting them out there. So really good to see everyone. That 13 Rocket is a very interesting piece of equipment, isn't it?
Vintage Hot Rods on track.
Yeah, for a spirited demonstration, these guys and girls don't mind getting after it. There's no transponder information for them. I'm pretty sure it'd be illegal for them to carry them. But I think that's Cowan out in front right now. I just love how they help us with the racetrack too, just those narrower tyres and in that opposite direction. Although narrow tyres is not a completely exclusive situation, as you said before, Liam, some of them run the pizza cutters, but we do say big thanks to all of the Vintage Hot Rods teams and families that come out to support it. It's really cool to see some of these cars of yesteryear, and some of them are just lovingly restored, and others just left the way that nature intended them. The big 66 car running out of turn 2, Trevor Goonan. I'm pretty sure that's Cowan on the backstretch. The 61 of Ian Neal, the Viewpoint Cafe, entry in the big number 8. That thing is deceptively quick. Ian Renwick with the flames on the bonnet. That thing really gets around nice. I'm not allowed to say challenge for the lead, but there's a challenge for the lead. So back to this main straightaway. And a spirited demonstration is the way that we refer to this.
There's a lot more spirit than there is demonstration.
Oh, agreed. These guys don't put all this effort in it just to roll around.
There's bar work on them for a reason.
Just to confirm, we got the Monaghan truck and trailer sales giveaways up here in the box. We'll be giving away some of those very soon. And I'm thinking air guitar. This has got an air guitar situation written all over it.
What song are we going to strut for that?
Pretty sure I can find a couple. Some very cool caps as well. So a lot of groovy stuff here to give away. Just reminding myself as I put them on the commentary. Checkered flag is out. Nice job from the Vintage Rods.
I'd just like to make the point that if I don't see an Angus Young, no one gets a hat. It's not happening. I want guitar spinning on the ground. I want the knee hopping. I want the lot. Or nobody gets a thing.
Wow.
I'm going to be hard to please here.
I see that.